call on Brother Irvin Maharaj, President Nirvan, sorry, Maharaj. Yeah, well, if I don't make me a liar for Enna. And he's President General of the All Trinidad General Workers Trade Union, Attorney at Law, Second Vice President of NATUC, Comrade Maharaj. I could never get it wrong, Comrade Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I'll try to be very fast. I see that we have been embraced by the blessings of heavens. Brothers and sisters of Tobago and of Trinidad, today as we stand united on this glorious day, I bring you greetings on behalf of the All Trinidad General Workers Trade Union and the National Solidarity Assembly, and most certainly the National Trade Union Center. Brothers and sisters, as we stand here on this historic and significant day, it is important that we ask ourselves one question. How is it that a land as rich as ours, so wealthy in oil and gas, natural resources, and a people so intelligent have descended into the realm, into a pit of corruption and nepotism, of crime and savagery and brutality never before experienced in this country? And the answer to that question, my brothers and sisters, is that we, the leaders of our societies, we have failed our people because we have forgotten the lessons of the past. We have forgotten about patriotism. We have forgotten about nationalism. We have forgotten about country and love of country. And what we have done is placed our personal interests and our organizational interests over the interests of our nation. And as long as we do that, brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters will continue to be slaughtered in the killing fields of Trinidad and Tobago. As long as we forget, thousands will be retrenched. As long as we forget, our children will continue to bully and beat each other in the streets. As long as we forget, our children will be continue to be abused and violated as our women. And my brothers and sisters, we must put a stop to that. And there are many, many issues facing this nation. Many issues. As issues facing Tobago, your ANC bridge, crime, the lack of water. An issue for Tobagonians that very few people talk about. And that is the regularization of lands that have been passed on from generation to generation by word of mouth, so that people could go to the banks and get loans and have security of tenure. These, my brothers and sisters, are some of the issues that face both Trinidad and Tobago, and I will call their names. Both the PNM and the UNC have failed to pass the necessary labor legislation to make sure our people are never again retrenched and go home without getting anything in their pockets. Both the UNC and the PNM have failed us. And that is why today I am saying that labor must unite in a political way and challenge both the UNC and the PNM and tell them that enough is enough. Because there is absolutely no difference between politics and trade unionism. Because every single policy or program implemented by a government that affects the working class affects trade unions, affects our members, and therefore as trade unions, we must become involved in politics. My brothers and sisters, I don't want to be too long. What I will say to you as I close is that the greatest asset of any nation are its people and the spirit of its people. And when politicians attempt to break the spirit of a people and that spirit is broken, then the nation faces its greatest danger. My brothers and sisters, trade unions must begin to educate us that no one has a divine right to your support because they look like you, they have to serve the interests of the country. When you were born, your birth paper never said you had to vote the PNM or the UNC. You have freedom of choice. You are intelligent people and you can choose. My brothers and sisters, that's nonsense that the incumbent political parties talk about a split vote. There is no such thing as a split vote. Everybody have the electoral and democratic right to engage in the process as they see fit. And they are allowed to do that because it is their constitutional right. So do not be fooled, because if you continue to allow yourselves to believe that you are a PNM or UNC until you're dead, then your children would suffer, and your children's children would suffer, because the same cycle of abuse and disdain and contempt that they treat you with will continue. And so, my brothers and sisters, I want you to remember, as the working class of this nation, every single thing you have gained and every privilege you have gained, you have fought for it. You have fought for better wages. You have fought for better working conditions. You have fought against technocrats implementing economic policy that affect you adversely. You fight and you fight and you fight. And as long as you have got to continue to fight and beg and plead and demonstrate for what is yours, the struggle is not ended. The struggle will continue. And I will tell you this here today. When the clarion call to battle is sounded, you must be prepared to strap on your battle gears, put on your marching boots, and take to the streets and demand what is yours. And when you have done that, then, my brothers and sisters, you would have stood up for your country, and you could go to your end knowing that when the time came, you took a stand for your nation, you took a stand for your children, and you took a stand for your country. My brothers and sisters, thank you very much. Long live the National Trade Union Center. Long live the Old Trinidad General Workers Trade Union. And most importantly, long live the struggle for bread and peace and justice. God bless you, and I thank you.
Let me, I was buying time. Let me thank my comrade Maharaj for such a heart a sort of spirit. Let me thank the man for evoking that labor spirit within us. You know, very regularly, as he said, we like to affiliate ourselves, and because of our affiliation, we forget the interest of labor. But there must be one interest that comes first, and that interest must be the interest of the people. And my brothers and sisters, I want to thank Comrade Maharaj for that heart-searching presentation, and long live the labor movement.